What's up, everybody? It's Common Sense Investor coming at you with another video. And I'm sitting here looking at my midday report, and I pretty much know where the stock should be going. I'll explain it in just a second. So I was looking at maybe what could I share with y'all today that can help y'all grow and become better traders in the future. Because I know all the hype of, well, I'm taking my money out of the market, but it's not that easy. When people win at a casino, they stay at the casino. So you're going to stay here. We're doing good. And what I'm looking at right here for AMC is today on the 24th, right here. So I spread it out usually to where I can get a whole day that I can see. That's my bat phone going off. All right. So right here at the beginning of the day, we gapped down. We continued down till we got to around 1885. Then we had to move back up. But with this gap down, we provide our gap box. All right, which means when the stock goes down below that, it wants to fill this gap. It wants to come back where it is, which it did do it right here. All right, when it pushed out of the gap fill box, it couldn't sustain it. It pushed it back into the box, but it's using it as support. We'll talk about that in just a second. But what's important to note is it's traveling, it has this gap box, and it has to move inside of this gap box till it fills this gap and either breaks up above it and confirms or breaks down below it and confirms. But it's going to break up and confirm it. Why? Because today it's created this trend line. This is our support line. We see it touched once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 times now. It's tested this support line. So it's going to ride this support line. We pray to God. All right. This is the resistance line. It's touched once, twice, 3. It's crossed all the way through there. 4. Going on 5 times. And if I just move it just a little bit, that will have moved right there. Touched 5 times. All right. So this is a strong channel that we're in, is the point of that lesson there. Okay. So I expect us to come test our support line, and either we're going to stay above the support line and run in the channel, or we'll break down, but we'll test this support line and the gap fill box and move back up. Either way, somewhere around, we're going to stay in the 20s, it looks like. If the computer lets us win, we'll be above 20, and the max pain is going to kill these son bitches. And here we see sundials, it's a little bit different. What's going on here is if we pan out a little bit and we notice how we get our lines. The way they draw these lines is from the run up to your first high or low, sets your trend line. Now it's a little bit off right here, so if I wanted to, I could do that, and we would still be within the trend line, all right, of that. So the way it works is it bounces and bounces and bounces and bounces and bounces, and it's gonna, this is the resistance line. So this is blue because it's a support line, and this one's red because it's a resistance line. And this is the gap fill box. It gapped up this morning and it created this gap fill box. So now what we're seeing as far as sundial is concerned is where AMC is trying to fill the gap where it fell down. Sundial's trying to fill the gap from where it gapped up. It's filled the gap, but it couldn't hold it, just like the same thing as AMC, just backwards. Just backwards. Anyway, it traveled down the trend line here, this resistance line. It has now met the crossover, and it is deciding to continue up. So it should continue on this blue line, this support line, maybe by the end of the day to be around 81 cents if it don't break out somewhere right here. But following inside of this, it should end somewhere around 81 cents. That is sundial. Sundial's on a roll at 5.5%, up 4 cents. That's pretty damn good. For sundial, come on. It's running pretty good too right now. Hate to jump off it when it's running, huh? But we'll see the outcome. The way it's going to run here is this top line here is going to be a resistance line. This is going to be a support line, and it's going to travel inside of this till it gets to here, and then it makes a decision. That's how these patterns, that's how you read these patterns, people. And if you need to know again, just rewind it, and I explain how you make this line, how you make this line, how to watch for it here. Then you see it's crossed into this one where it's this geometric shape and this geometric shape. So now we travel inside of this one to here. See how it obeyed it here? It should obey it here. And that's all I got for you for today on your midday report. I wanted to talk about trading plans. Trading plans, according to Investopedia, is a plan of systematic method for identifying and trading securities that take into consideration a number of variables, including time, risk, and the investor's objective, blah, 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 blah. I always say that when I come to Investopedia. They have to give you this super breakdown. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to do a lesson on what a trading plan is in simple terms and explain the key takeaways from this article in simple terms. But most importantly, I want to talk about what a tactical or an active trading plan is and which one you would fall into going from this point forward. Is that something y'all think y'all be interested in me teaching a lesson on? If so, comment down below. And when you're through commenting, whether you'd like the lesson or not, click the link in the description. Sign up for the town hall meeting that we have going on coming up pretty soon, April 22nd. Do not take a passive position and say, well, we're not worrying about it. It's going to squeeze. We've said that for 5 months. That's why we never set it up. So here's our opportunity to let our voices be heard. Sign up. You'll get the notification of when we get ready to have the meeting, and you can be there whenever we have professionals speaking on our behalf concerning our concerns about this stock, the company, and the share price. And with that, I'll tell you, I love you. Be blessed and have a wonderful evening.